when that breaks and you have to remove that and then build a monstrosity like that, you know it's probably time to fit this.
My name's Johnny, welcome to the channel, Will It Mod. So, this poor old hot end. I mean, it's done 2 to 3 years. It's done pretty well. It's a Titan Aero, an E3D Titan Aero, on a chassis that I developed probably about 3 years ago as well, specifically for this. It's heavy, it's a lump, but it's done well. Now, I had a blockage in the nozzle, so I took the nozzle off and the whole heat pipe sheared off, and I just couldn't be bothered to fix it, in all honesty. It's a pain in the arse to load filament into it. If any of you have got one of these, you'll know exactly what I mean. It is horrific. And then try doing that with TPU. No, done. Not entertaining that anymore. Just can't be bothered. So I went on to Amazon to have a look for late last night to see what would come next day in terms of a hot end, and I found the Creality Sprite Pro full metal direct extruder hot end. I'll give it a go. Yeah, it's a 24 volt system, and I've got a 12 volt system here, but I've got some fans and some other bits and bobs. So the idea was, can I get it fitted onto my rig? What used to be a CR10, which is now running a Duet Wi-Fi board with the Duex2 and all sorts of different stepper motors from E3D on there as well. Yeah, and that's the whole point, isn't it? It's what I like doing, modifying things. Well, in this episode we're going to find out, will it mod? I think we know the answer to that one. Let's get stuck in.
Yeah, it's probably time I did something with this, really. The heat break in my E3D Titan Aero broke the other day, and it's been running for quite some time. This, in all fairness, it's a bit dirty, chewy, a bit knackered. It's probably time for a bit of an upgrade. So, well worn. So the idea was, I originally printed out this, which you'll see on my designs page on Thingiverse, Monkey Pantman. You know, it's done the job, but it's done the job all right for the last 3 years. It's time to shift it up a little bit. So after having a look around a bunch of the Creality stuff, I'm not interested in Hemera and the quick change and all that kind of stuff. I just want a decent direct drive so I can do TPU prints. The majority of my prints are now TPU with all the FPV stuff, and although this hodgepodge, which is several different mounts all put together with an E3D V6 in there and a BL Touch or BL Touch clone, it works. Is it great? No. So I'm gonna, like I say, switch it up. Actually gonna go for, let me show you, this, which is a Creality Sprite Pro all metal hot end. What I've done is I've chopped off all the plugs. Don't need those where we're going. Chopped all them off, and I'm just extending the loom out as neatly as I can with a bunch of shrink wrap and silicone wire. This is nice stuff. It should put up with the heat. So that's going to mount on the printer probably that way, with the carriage where my palm is, on a mount that I'm going to print out. In fact, that's printing just now. And we'll see how I get on with this. It looks pretty well made. One thing I really do like about it is you just pop your filament in and turn the dial. That's it. It just sucks it straight in. Like the spaghetti, eh? So, quite looking forward to getting that on there. Can wait for that print to finish, which is the mount for this. And once the print is done, then I will smash it all together and see if I can make magic smoke.
Okay, here we are. So we've got a mount which I've just smashed out of 2 other designs on Thingiverse and smashed them together. Lots of smashing. This is going to take the CR10 carriage on the left side here. It's going to attach into that. I know some of these holes are in, well, actually these are too small, these 3, and there's 2 missing here. Well, either way, I've got a drill. I'll make them bigger, or I'll make some new ones. It's going to attach onto the CR10 existing mount that's on there, and the piece on the right here is going to attach onto the Sprite using those 5 bolts there. I've also put in space for a BL touch. I'll refine this mount later once I've verified that it's all working, but that's printing currently on the absolute mess of a hot end that's on there with the E3D V6. So let's get that printed out and get to work. Because the Sprite is a 24 volt system and I'm running a 12 volt Duet Wi-Fi board, the old blowers have got to go. This is the part blower, or the part cooling blower, and it is 24 volt. What I do have from my original CR10 is a 12 volt version of the same size fan. Very lucky, because these are a weird size. They're proprietary to Creality, so to actually have one in 12 volt is excellent. So I'm going to pop that onto the head, onto the part cooling side of things, and then we'll have a look at the other fan, see if I've got something a similar size. Probably not, but I'm sure we can fudge something. It is getting there, slowly. Having to do a bit of rewiring, mostly because, well, I mean, all the wires are different, aren't they? But my main faff is this, the motor wires for the extruder motor. This here. The documentation, of course, is completely wrong. So I've had to work out which phase is which by getting the multimeter out and seeing which is phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and so on. So it's all in there. I'm hoping it's correct. Well, it should be. If it's not, I guess I'm just going to pop a couple of FETs, but we'll see what happens. The rest of it's coming together quite nicely. No, it's kind of nearly there. Let's have a tidy up and see if it works. Oh, and then configure Duet Wi-Fi as well. I need to do that. So here we are on the first print, about to start. TPU with a 0.4mm nozzle with the new head on there, the Sprite Pro. Let's see what happens. So you get your TPU, you shove it in a hole at the top, turn a dial, and it just goes in. Oh, it just goes in. I mean, it just goes in. Why have I not done this sooner? Look, anyway, the loading filament aside, the print quality is stunning on this. I'm not knocking the E3D stuff. That was 2-3 years old and it done an incredible job over the time and clearly was worn out. But my goodness, this does an epic job. The quality's superb. The filament control is ridiculous. The retraction is sharp and there's no oozing and dribbling. Anyway, I could go on. What's printing at the moment is a new back end for the iFlight Nazgul F5V2, and it's to put in the bigger BN880 GPS, which I'll probably do tomorrow. So we'll see how this print turns out in the long run. It should be done in a few hours. So I'll fit that tonight or tomorrow, whenever it's finished, really. Okay, so just before I wrap everything up for today, I want to say a big thank you to all of you. And I really mean this. You know, the channel's 6 or 7 days old. One of the videos has gone bonkers with hits. So many of you are clicking subscribe and like already. Honestly, it's really rewarding for me to see that. I really I'm quite overwhelmed by it. So thank you to all of you. Clearly, there's a lot of idiots out there just like me that like to modify stuff and can't leave things alone. I'll keep producing this stuff. If you guys keep watching, I'll keep producing. Just let me know what it is you want to see in the next video, or if there's something that you think I could cover off in a bit more detail, again, just let me know. So once again, thank you to all of you. I really appreciate it, and let's see how this one goes. Catch you later all. Happy modding.